Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. And I'm here to discuss a very big competition with you guys. The Big Bash League, Australian um, local T20 league has kicked off. Kicked off a few days ago, probably around a week ago now. Um, but I thought we couldn't cover it this week on the cricket show, so I thought let me do a recording. So I've split the teams up in three categories: outsiders, teams that can and that are in the playoff race or playoff hunters, and um, then title contenders, the main title contenders. So those are the three categories I have divided them in. I'll go depth analysis into each team. So yeah, this might be a longer preview, but I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, um, this is of course the 14th edition of Australian's Big Bash League. Um, and yeah, let's begin to break these teams into sections. So starting with the outsiders. Now the outsiders, and this will start with the Melbourne Stars. Sixth place finishers last season, and they really overachieved in the Big Bash. It's difficult to see that changing this year for Melbourne Stars. Once again, they boost some hugely exciting players on paper, not least overseas batter Ben Duckett, long-serving all-rounder Glenn Maxwell, and newly appointed captain um, Marcus Stoinis. However, hamstring injury rules Maxwell out of the beginning of BBL 14, whilst Duckett won't feature until England's Test series with New Zealand is complete. That, of course, is now completed, but I expect him to have a few, or maybe a week or two off. Stoinis has to worry about captaincy, which could have had could have an adverse effect on his batting. But bowling attack is unlikely to strike fear into opponents either, and considering that we are unlikely to see a star side forced to chop and change initially, doesn't bode well for their chances. Sorry, that we are likely, not unlikely, that we are likely to see a star side forced to be chopped and changed. So yeah, then we move to the other side of Melbourne, to the Melbourne Renegades. It could be proved to be a disappointing tournament in general for the Melbourne-based teams. The Renegades also predicted to struggle. Also, with a new captain in Sutherland, this feels like a side in transition and lacks a depth that other squads contain. Four of the last five seasons have seen them fail to reach the playoffs, which has no doubt proven the catalyst for change within the Renegades. However, it would be no surprise if it takes a year before we see the best of the squad under the leadership of Sutherland and new head coach Cameron White. Inconsistency could wind up being their downfall with a number of exciting young players who could throw one match and frustrate the next. Then we move over to Hobart, and it's Hobart Hurricanes, who I have as the third and last team as part of the outsiders. A consistent top four contender over the last few years, the Hobart Hurricanes have lacked that extra layer of depth that can get you into the playoffs in a tournament of this quality. Two fifth place and a sixth place finish over the last three editions of the BBL is a testament to that. Robots Based 11 is a strong one, but take out a couple of players and the standard drops significantly. Much depends on their main batters such as Matthew Wade, Ben McDermott, and Tim David. not to mention their pace bowlers. Lack of quality spin could be an issue, as could the depth of batting down the order. In a crowded field, it's difficult to see Albert doing enough to sneak into that top four. Then, so the three outsider teams is Melbourne Stars, Melbourne Renegades, and Hobart Hurricanes. As for who could be playoff hunters, I've got two teams, the Adelaide Strikers and the Sydney Thunder. Let's go into the Adelaide Strikers first. So the Adelaide Strikers, playoff team last year, it would be no surprise if Adelaide Strikers found themselves back in the top four this season, especially when they boast of the most destructive batters across the entire tournament in Matt Short. BBL 12 MVP and BBL 3 Golden Batter in the Short is a close guarantee of runs that you are most likely to get in this competition. The Strikers also possess Chris Lynn, who has been brilliant since his move to Adelaide, scoring 304 runs last season. Having resigned in fast bowling all-rounder Jamie Overton with the trio of Cameron Boyce and Lloyd Pope to call upon at any point. All the key pieces are still in play for Adelaide on the bowling side. Once the international players, most notably batter Travis Head, rejoins the squad following the Australia versus India Test series, which is still going on now, you could argue that no one boasts a more exciting team. As for the Sydney Thunder, arguably the most intriguing prospect heading into this BBL 14 season. Sydney Thunder finished rock bottom of the table in last year's edition, but have made moves in a bid to reverse their fortunes moving forward. None more so than the appointment of David Warner as captain. The former Australian international opener will be available for the entire competition, which you have never seen before, and whilst is not in form right now, his leadership skills post suspension were very good, and a return to his best with the bat would spell big trouble for all rivals of the Thunder. The sporting cast is promising as well. All rounder Daniel Sams, Nathan McAndrew, the key as will strike bowlers Wes Agar and Lockie Ferguson. They may well have Pat Cummins as well once his international commitments are done. Tanvir Sangha is one of the most promising young spinners in Australia, as Cameron Bancroft comes off the back of winning the English T20 Blast in the off-season. Make no mistake, this Thunder side have the tools to record a big bounce back season and a playoff BBL cricket again, which could be great for the Sydney Thunder. Move on to the three main title contenders, and this is where it really comes down to the fine margins. We start with last season's runners up in the Sydney Sixers, arguably the most dynamic team in BBL history. The Sydney Sixers have finished in the league's top two in all of the last five seasons, winning it all of two of those campaigns. So I've won three of the last five seasons. Led by arguably the best BBL captain we've ever seen in Enriquez, the Sixers are filled with grizzled veterans who have been there, done that, and simply know how to win this competition. They have retained their winning core and will be in the mix come the business end of the BBL 14 season. Long-serving overseas star James Jones coming back again, whilst Daniel Hughes was the best batter across the T20 Blast in England earlier this year. Enriquez, Jordan Silk, and Ben Dawes forms an intimidating core, and let's not forget Josh Philippi, so often a big scorer within the top order. That's before we get to the Australian international regulars who could don the uh, the pink shirt in 2025, such as Steve Smith, Josh Hazelwood, and Mitchell Starc, are an embarrassment of riches for the 76ers. Of course, my team. Hopefully, we can go on and win it. Brisbane needs the reigning, defending, undisputed champions and out to defend their title. Brisbane Heat are looking at running things back, and whilst they may have lost Josh Brown, that doesn't take away the fact that the Heat are formidable prospects. Batters win games, but bowlers win championships. And Brisbane boast the two top wicket takers across BBL 13 in Xavier Bartlett and Spencer Johnson. Paul Walter has also been retained. The tall left-arm bowling on the ranking up 17 wickets last season. Key to where the Brisbane and can give their bowlers enough runs to work across the competition will be players such as Colin Munro, Matt Renshaw, and the new Australian Test opening payoff, Nathan McSweeney and Usman Khawaja, the latter set to captain it again upon his return. McSweeney, in particular, was a force in BBL 13. Of course, he's now in the Test side as well, so we he won't be there till later on. And then another very successful team in terms of the history of the Big Bash, that is the Perth Scorchers. The Perth Scorchers, another consistent contender in the midst of a championship window. It would be a huge surprise is to see Perth Scorchers not in the mix to win BBL 14, which would be their third title across the last 4 seasons, cementing what has been a BBL dynasty. The Optus Stadium has been established as one of the toughest places for an opposition side to play when considering the fan support for the Scorchers and how well the Perth players compete on home turf. On paper, the Perth Scorchers can call upon the best bowling attack of any BBL team from both a quality and strength in depth perspective. All bases are covered through the likes of Jason Berendorf, Lance Morris, Trey Richardson, Andrew Ty, whilst all-rounders Aaron Hardy and Mitchell Marsh will slot right in when they return from injury slash international duty. As for the batting, runs have always been easy to come by for the Scorchers, no matter the team they put out, isn't and that won't change anytime soon. So yeah, that is that. That is that. What I have for you guys. As for prediction, who will win it? I have to back my team, the Sydney Sixers, to win it all, man. Can't can't go against them, especially when you've got Steve Smith, Josh Hazelwood, Mitchell Starc coming back. You have to back them, man. You have to back it. Can't be, can't not be backing them. So yeah. Just want to have a look in terms of the standings for you guys. Right now, the standings do say the Renegades 2 games played, 1 win, 1 loss. Scorchers 1 game played, 1 win. Heat 1 game played, 1 win. Sixers 1 game played, 1 win. Strikers 2 games played, 1 game won, 1 game lost. Thunder 1 game played, 1 game won. Stars 3 games played, 3 losses, and Hurricanes 1 game, 1 loss. So yeah, not looking good for the Stars and Hobart. So let's see, man. Be up to everyone. If you have watched this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and then I will see you all in the next video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one on different type of video, but wanted to bring it to you guys. So yeah, see you all then and on the next stream or video. Peace out.